You know what to say. Don't just sit there and do nothing. Oh, hold on. I turned your volume down because we were having a hard time turning off a mic. Oh, that was not smart of me. Here,
Oh,
try now.
interesting. Okay, try now. How's that? Greetings, fellow hipsters,
It's
and welcome, replay viewers. I'm trying to get myself in the shot
lean
here.
forward more because yeah, you've got the whole screen. Yeah. Oh,
There we go. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
Because I like picking on you from behind the camera. Who was it earlier that said that I sounded, what was it, bossy or controlling or something?
Some viewer on YouTube that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, we should go
So
clean up our YouTube at some
just a
point.
troll.
But
Just a troll.
yeah, no, but you see, this is how you actually control someone online. You don't show your face. I mean, if someone's going to be bossy and controlling, you stay hidden undercover.
You're
Yeah, he
the
got the
dark
wrong broadcast.
overlord.
Maybe he'll come in right now. And, yes, exactly. I am whatever.
We
All right,
control the
fine. I'll
vertical.
jump
We
right in.
control the horizontal.
In other words, we control the roller coaster ride.
That's right. Yeah. There we go. Hey,
Makes sense, right?
that feels a little bit better.
It's a shame the computer's over here. It's hard to look at it, but and look at you guys. But
Yeah.
so, hello everyone. Martin, do you want to set a timer?
Yeah, I can do that. Hang on.
Because we only have 2 hours tonight. So this might unfortunately be a bit of arrangement as well because we're finding with only one car and him being in his program out in Oshawa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What's happened is he's right now in Mississauga uh, at our friend's place using the basement, and I'm here in North York. And of course, his program's out in Oshawa, which is where Jenny Senji is. And I don't know if she's got
Mm-hmm.
workspace or if she wanted even us building things in her space or whatever. We're not against moving some things around again, but there are still things missing. We really do
Mm-hmm.
dream of the day when the workspace is in one building, period, and we live in another. Because when you think about it, Martin, to
Uh-huh.
show people that we're okay with what we have to do for our mental health, if all of this was in someone else's space,
Yeah.
this room would be
Things would be a
yours.
lot. I get the big room. Wow.
What this?
Remember, that's the big room, so
What?
think twice.
Oh, screw you! This becomes the office then, and that room is yours. You had to speak up.
That's right. Uh,
The sewing room would be fine for you
oh yeah.
with nothing in it.
Hmm.
With nothing in it. But yeah,
Yeah. Trying to set
we
up a bed
could,
in there on the. Yeah.
you know, it might actually be easier to find a workspace that is the size of both of these rooms, but we couldn't find a workspace that's both of these rooms plus the overflow into the living room. So I don't know. There are a
Hmm.
lot of options, and right now everything's spread out. So I wound up being stuck here because there was no way we can go to air on time if we had
Hmm.
tried to get me in the same place as Martin tonight. I wound up transit, and he wound up car, and blah blah blah. And this is very tense, folks. And FanExpo is
Hmm.
coming up, so you might see a lot of split broadcasts like this. You'll notice Martin's. Actually, you look pretty okay. You're closer to the camera than me, but that's the way the things are set up over there. Hi,
That's the space I've
we are
got. Yeah.
doing Disney villains on Dancing with the Stars. Oh my God,
Oh,
I
nice.
do not want to know. I just do
So
not
why are
want to
my
know.
comments not showing up here?
So,
There.
uh, it, are they now?
Mhm.
They are.
We'll see what
Okay.
happens. Yeah, because the comments weren't refreshing, like showing.
So there's a lot of and Martin is trying to make sure there's enough people that if he doesn't show up at all for Fan Expo because of things that are happening with his mental health, that I have people because like I mean a lot of our cosplay needs at least two people for every one cosplay.
Yes.
So
Yes, I can see that. Yeah.
it's okay. Oh, cool. So you're okay now?
Mhm. Yeah, seems to
Are
be.
you all
Yeah.
right, Martin? Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you okay?
And are
You
you
all right?
okay? Are
You
you
okay?
okay? And are you okay? How about now? How about now?
Um,
No?
we only have 2 hours tonight because you got to get back up to Oshawa.
That's right.
So if we even want 5 minutes to stop and say hi to each other when you get back in this direction, um, but we got to get to work. So everything for K9 is over where he is. and I want to be
Hmm.
doing tonight what he's doing because I hate standing, but I love K9. So I was going to do everything on K9 simply because, well, my goal
K9.
this year, my goal this year is to basically do everything I didn't want to do, like do everything I avoided to get my brain to move ahead, because that's really how you do it.
Hmm.
Don't not do things that you don't want to do. So
Right.
yay the English language. So we changed the title a little bit because since I'm here, I got new plastics. The Mave wings are in horrible shape, like really horrible shape, and we're going to redesign them. Um, we should be able to put the fiber optics between two layers of. Anyway, I'll talk as I work on things.
Hmm.
And Martin's going to properly sand K9 because we were in such a
Hmm.
rush with
Oh
Emerald
yeah,
City
he's got
Comic
a lot of
Con.
roughness.
It's a horrible job. We had no time, and sanding is a matter of patience.
Hmm.
That's probably why I tend
Immense
not to
patience.
do all the standing. So Martin's going to try to do it in 2 hours.
Seen them.
And so his part of the broadcast may wind up being a little boring. It was going to be more exciting because he would be working on one thing and I'd be standing, or vice versa, whatever. But we are in two different locations at the moment, and we promised you a
Yeah, really.
broadcast. So Martin, if you did your timer for 2 hours,
Hey, Don.
we have to make sure that we
Yep,
can't go over the
I
two
did.
hours. Um,
Okay.
so Pants Expo,
Pants
just
Expo.
saying hi to you too. Oh no! Don't, Don. I don't think you've given me the name of the people that you have. Have you haven't, have you? Katrina,
I don't know.
Katrina, Jedi
Oh, hey, Lisa.
Senshi, Jedi Senshi, Red Eye, Joel. No, Don, you haven't. I offer Martin's location. Yeah, watch. Be careful as to how much bandwidth you pull. Um, I'm sure
Hmm.
he won't stop you if you show up downstairs and stick your head in front of the camera and be an annoying pest. Just remember, he has 2 hours to
Uh,
sand a dog.
it's like, what's this
Oh,
do?
less than 2 hours
What's
now.
this do? What's this do?
She's there to finish a job when you do the icky parts first and the fun parts last. Well, this is it. We had all these
Uh,
things. I'm actually kind of hoping right now our goal is to get his head reattached. I'm hoping to be able tomorrow morning start a
oh,
3D
that's not
print
really visible.
for dog ears. You can change that. Just roll him back and hold on to him so he doesn't fall off the edge.
Yeah.
So there's a number of
He's
things.
actually not on his wheels, but
Uh,
here I'll just tilt the or rotate the pan the camera just a little bit.
so yeah, there's a number of things
There you
that we want to do, but we're going to do the basics and do them better than we did for Emerald City Comic Con. And then if there's enough time just before the weekend of, if we, because we've got all the parts and everything for his sensor antenna and his ears and everything, we just keep running out of time to put them in. So Martin's gonna at least fix the paint job, well, by sanding
go.
everything even. Um,
Yeah.
so is the anonymous Facebook, is that you, Red Eye? But Dawn, I'm hoping you're still there. Dawn, I need names. Lisa, have you done $5 worth yet? Because I noticed you weren't able to sponsor us this month. I think you were doing awards. The list is a couple posts back, but we only have, guys, we only have one, two, three, four, five, 6 names, and I know there's more of you that made it to that $5 at least.
Yeah, that's gonna not gonna make a very
And
long
if you did
broadcast, is it?
contribute more than $5, please give me more names. Sorry, what, Martin?
With
Busted
six
again.
names, that's not gonna make a long broadcast, is it?
No. Like obviously Martin and I are going to put his parents and my father in the mix like we did last year. So I'm going to quickly do an explanation of the Remember Me. It is being moved November 1st because with all this chaos and Martin being in this program, we've cut programs short for both him and I in the past, and we revert because
Yeah,
you don't completely get
doesn't
to
do
go
us
through to
any
the
good.
end, and no, it doesn't. So
Hmm.
if Martin can't because of the program do something, we need to be prepared for me to continue this company because I don't want to let it go, but I do know I can't do it on my own
Hmm.
because it'll burn me out. So
And don't want burnout.
so yeah, no, we don't. So I'm redoing my Mave,
Mm.
but yeah, so we're moving it to November 1st so we can have more relaxation. We don't have to worry about any major repairs on or sewing on the Monarch, the Wings and Things panel. I'd like to. I'd like to find someone to put the monarch wings on so we can have it as part of the wings and things panel. And I'd like to find a volunteer that I can put Maleficent's wings on because I'll be wearing them the next day for production of cosplay. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's
and
right. Yeah.
Katie, if you're up for it, my plan is to put on my LOTR elf, and if Martin can't, like if he can get some time off on the over the weekend, he's agreed that he will be there only for the vital things he's supposed to be there for, so he can
Yeah.
spend more time on his mental health. So Saturday he may not come at all. So it would be really cute,
Hmm.
Katie, if we can dress you up as a hobbit.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Katie would make a great
My
hobbit.
phone is actually low battery, so I'm just going to go grab my charger for it.
Okay. So today I went to the plastics supplier and we talked about plastics and prices of plastics and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and discovered that it's going up because plastics are byproduct of oil. Oh yeah, so it's $5 for awards. It's only until Friday now. Friday's the cutoff date, and whoever we have is who we're going for. Please send me the stories. Oh, Martin, you didn't glue this together, did you?
Hmm? Glue what together?
Oh no, you screwed it together.
You
I only
did?
need one wing to work with. I only need one wing to work with.
Oh, yeah.
The leather
The
that's
leather
on.
piece
As
between them. Yeah.
long as it doesn't interfere with what I want to do, I'm game. Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know what you want to do, but
Hmm.
you can go to panels and stuff in
Hmm.
costume. I think you'd make an adorable hobbit. We have to figure out what to do,
Yeah.
quick for your feet. Like if you got simple sandals.
Flip flops.
Yeah, flip flops. A lot of people when they don't have time to make the big feet, they'll do flip flops. Trying to be lazy here. I'll get a tool to do this. Unscrew, unscrew. So Martin and I are realizing because we keep making things really fast and under so much stress, we've kind of lost the love for this. So
We saying the
um,
love is gone.
for this, under that much pressure, yeah, we're not competing anymore. We're only trying to make an
No,
impression on
that's
our
true.
store. For a store. Jesus.
Yeah. Nothing major.
Martin,
You know.
you and I were so screwed up. So the
We've been
May.
better. That's for sure.
Oh, you know what? I may put the monarch wings on Katie.
Oh yeah.
Katie, you got a black dress or black tights and a black top of some sort? Or something that looks fairy like? Chris Eccleston, I want to see. Okay, that's it? Oh, that won't
Oh,
interfere.
cool.
That won't interfere at all. So, mistakes we made on these wings, because again, that killer rush and craziness. Mistakes we made on these wings. Um, Martin, you've already, oh, I see. He's moving things out of the way so he can start
Hmm.
sanding. Um,
Yeah.
Mistake number one. Um, we assumed that because we were using fiber optics, that we would have to keep the two layers of plastic apart. But we're realizing now that the fiber optics should be just fine because really the heat doesn't follow out. They really don't get the
Hmm.
LEDs are what gets hot, not the fiber optics really. Um,
That's right. Yeah.
so sandwiching them tight between two layers without a space uh, is is not going to make a difference. So the space in between has been building up moisture. So all of the cellophane is just crinkled and falling apart. So and the ABS in the middle trying to glue itself to. We did a little more research recently because we stopped and took a breath because you can see the I don't know if you can see the. Let me see if I can get that shot. Sharing space with you like this is hard, Martin. This is completely falling apart. The little twirly curly Q. So I don't. That's not happy. So we are going to completely redesign these
Hmm.
and hopefully just be able in a couple days remake them so that we can reattach them to the because like I mean even the little corridors for the fiber optics is just sliding off. So what we're doing now for these and the monarch wings and any more wings that we'll do, if it works, of course, is we're going to put the plastic to the plastic. So basically, the cellophane will have one layer of cellophane instead of two or three inside. Things will be glued together properly. There will be a small edge where there is no cellophane. So after we spray glue the layers, and I discussed this with the company too, it's okay to spray glue the layers, but you have to do this edge. I did it with hot glue, because it was space. There was a space here. It's better to do it with polyester. Help me out, Martin. Resin bond.
Oh, resin bond. Yeah.
No dress, but black pants, top, shorts, skirt. Do you have a black skirt? Hey, Chris. Martin and I are looking at comments when we can. No one likes moisture in between. Yes, hello, Grand Admiral. You and Red Eye should have a
Red eye.
competition some way. Go to the local value village to find something dressed like. Just tell me what to look for. Oh, actually, that's a good time to do that because the Halloween stuff. Well, if I'm gonna put the monarch wings on you, and it'll be great because they're so big, they'll be so much bigger on you. But if I
Oh
put the
yeah.
monarch wings on you, um, it should be black. So any black dress, think Spanish. Maybe if they've got like a little Spanish dress with the red and the yellow, that would work as well. But think along the lines of Spanish. Orange flowers, black flowers.
That's
So yeah,
Spanish.
go through the Halloween stuff and just think black and think of a monarch butterfly whose body is all black, and think of Spanish style. And we'll put my wings on you, especially if Martin can get all three packs done, because I think that was what you said you take on too. If I took these on, redoing these,
Yes.
you take on the packs for them. Yes, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to be working a lot in two different places, guys. It's going to be crazy.
Hmm.
More for Martin because he's stuck on transit more. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure we can find creative ways to bribe people like Katie or you know, people.
Um,
Length completely up to you.
they started over 12 hours
Like I mean,
ago.
my
Okay. Mm.
the queen that we put them on, like my monarch queen, it's all the way down to the floor and everything. Or I just loan you my dress, but yeah, you won't be able to walk in it. So yeah, length is up to you. If you want to do short, I recommend you do tights so you're black from top to bottom because monarchs are black. So yeah, I saw at a different value village, I saw like stretchy fabric, standard black dress with the sleeve and the the ruffle at the end. They tend to be called trumpet sleeves. That that would
Oh
work.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna bail out. Day started over 12 hours ago, and I had my flu shot last night. I feel a little sketchy. Carry on, thank you, thank
Oh
you.
wow.
We shall carry on, carry on.
Carry on.
Um, wow, the standing really upstages everything. That's okay. You have to do it.
Do we have
It
to
has to get
turn my
done
volume? Have to do it. It's gotta happen. Gotta be
Yeah, but then
done.
I don't hear you.
Oh.
So, oh, what? We need to hear you. Menopause brain is having doing a number on me. Okay. Mule duck. Let's do some
What's
classic.
that?
Keep everyone. Let's do some classical music. Keep it all nice and calm
Oh,
and
music.
copyright free. Hopefully they hear it over your rigorous standing. ASMR sanding. Does sanding
ASMR.
work as ASMR? Copyright free classic
what?
obviously
What's?
doesn't exist with this. So I put in copyright free piano and says at the top broken piano is the first what?
Broken piano.
Broken piano. So there's no song list for copyright free albums? Copyright free horror music. No. Okay, that didn't work. Copyright free jazz. Jazz? All that jazz. Sound, single sound, single sound. Well, that's gonna be fun to work around the sound that he's creating. Copy, right, free. Let's just leave any other clarifiers out. Oh, hell with it. YouTube! YouTube! I may have to plug in my phone to do YouTube, but copy, right, free, classical. But yeah, I'm getting even the smallest amount of stress. I'm getting the hot flashes thing, which is just so in the way.
Not fun. Not fun to happen. Yeah. I'm seeing actually a lot of these spots seem to be gouges.
That may have been my fault. Because remember, I did the first standing job and gave up halfway through. So, you know me, I have this tendency of pressing too hard in places when I'm upset. You know that, Martin, right?
Yeah. But you know,
we're not the kind of
we're not
broadcast.
that kind of broadcast. It had actually almost worked.
Almost.
Yeah, some of these areas.
Not hot flashes, power surges. Carry on with what you guys do best. Good enough from Kenny. No, the red eye. I need names. I can't remember if you had 5 or 10 or whatever. But you've only got one on here. I know you said don't worry about it, but we need more names. Darn it. So, the drawback with this, of course, is the size of space. Now, these. Thank God for carpets, or that would have made a lot of clunk.
Oh,
These were
oh, the
made out of PET
plastic.
G, which at the time made sense. Yeah, plastic. What we discovered with PET G, it looks good when it moves because it's really flexible. However, it pulls apart as well.
Quite
And
easily,
today we
yeah.
learned from the experts that that trying to stick ABS to PET G was a mistake to start. Apparently, it's not supposed to do that. So I guess Martin, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
No, maybe
That's not a
I
question.
want to make them like proper wings. I know. I want to make them like
Oh,
proper
like
wings,
an
right? I
upper
want to
wing and
do
a
the
lower wing?
bottom. Yeah, but we
Mm-hmm.
can't sandwich it like we did before because the movement's separated. So do you think that's
Mm,
because of the flexibility of PET G, or do you think simply because we would have to literally place one wing on top of the other, like fairy wings actually are, like well, butterfly
yeah.
wings actually are.
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with the PET G and how flexible it is.
So do we try that with Lexan?
Yeah.
Now think twice. The price of this stuff is
Mm-hmm.
going up very soon again.
Yeah.
Now, because we're putting the spines on the outside now instead of the inside, maybe we can make it look like it's layered. Tuck one under the other. Are we overthinking again?
We're
I mean, do we
overthinking.
like the way these look when
Yeah.
I'm wearing them?
Totally, yeah.
I mean, when the costs go down on this stuff, or they find a different way to make it as opposed to with oil byproducts that we that's when we
Mm-hmm.
experiment
Yeah.
because the cost of this stuff is gonna double if not triple very soon,
Mm-hmm.
unless
I
this oil
know.
crisis. All you conspiracy theorists, go ahead and put your 2 cents, just 2 cents in. I don't want five. I don't want 10.
Yeah, but we don't have pennies anymore, so it might as well be 5 cents.
I hate it when my movements separate. Oh, 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 marker, marker. Thank you, Red Eye.
Marker.
Kenneth D. Miller. That's two. Okay. Thank you. And I need stories, folks.
Yeah, not just the names. Like, what do these people mean to you? What's their history? Where they, what are they in your life?
Pets. You know, did they bring you comfort? Did they bring you
Fond
happiness?
memory,
Do you
yeah.
regret getting a dog? Would you rather have had a cat? Was your dog like a cat? You know,
For
Kenneth
dinner or
E.
otherwise,
Miller.
right?
Yay, Kenneth E. Miller. Very nice. But remember, you have to. It's $5 per name, and the deadline's this Friday, folks. We need those stories. If you guys don't provide us some stories, we're telling stories about you. 8 o'clock
That's right.
here in Eastern Time Zone is what we're thinking of on November 1st, and that's what I'm going to re-edit the video to be. I have to get some sleep tonight for a change. Now, this is always fun, especially since I'm trying to do it on camera. Cutting the plastic loose. There's 3 sheets here, and
It's
they're
going to
big.
explode.
It usually does, and it's usually both of us. Oh, one very delicate step at a time.
When you open a 4 by 8 foot sheet in a 3 by 6 foot room,
Thanks, honey. Ah,
it's like it's like
what?
that scene in MASH where Klinger brings the inflatable life raft into Potter's office and pulls the cord.
I think I'm gonna flip it around as opposed to trying
It's
to
like
lean
that.
over, because knowing my luck, I'll lean over and it'll unfold and smack me in the face or something. So I'm going to wrap my legs around it. No, we're still not that kind of broadcast.
Oh my! Didn't something similar happen to this when you unpacked the mattress for the bed?
Yes.
Yeah, because those are tightly rolled and vacuum sealed, right?
Yep. And I got a little overzealous. This time look how carefully I learned my lesson, right? Look how carefully I'm doing this. Ah! Although it would make good video. Is there a whoops
Spring.
award? I still think there should be a cat ass trophy award.
Cat
And
ass
it
trophy.
literally should be it should be a cat's ass. I really, really. Now the fun part about this is I'm trying not to waste. And the table's not as big as one of these sheets. Honey, I think I'm losing control. Ah!
It's attacking. It's attacking.
Ah! Damn it. Ow! Okay, I just got myself. Ah!
Ow.
And the fan just went over.
Eh.
Oh boy. How am I going to do this? Okay, Baxter was under the table. He just went running for it.
It's like, I'm scared.
Ugh! Honey, we need a bigger plate.
Again?
Yeah. See, my initial thought, it's going to fall over, isn't it? Yeah, I cut my finger with the edge of it. Look at that. Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
fine.
It's
You go
almost
over
as
it.
bad as a
What?
paper cut.
I give up. Okay. Ah! Damn it. See, normally we would just cut a piece that's the right size and then cut away the excess. But considering the cost of this stuff is going up very soon, and we don't know when they'll come back down
You want to
again,
use every
I'd like
possible square
not
inch
to
of the
do
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. So, ow, that really did hurt. Is there a paper cut award? All right.
We can hope maybe there isn't.
You're really. Uh. Oh wow, you're right. It's just as bad as a paper cut. That really stings.
Yeah, I've done that a
See,
few
there you
times on
go. There's.
thin plastics too.
Okay, stop sending for a minute. You want an
Okay.
ASMR?
Yeah.
Storm's coming.
The thunder sound. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see the comments right now. You may want to check mark.
Yeah. Hang on. Now my hands are all dusty.
There's large sheets of plastic right in front of the camera now too. Oh wow, that really hurt. That really is a cut. Oh my God. God, the downstairs neighbor's home. He's probably like, what the hell?
What's going on? Yeah.
I'm gonna try putting things in
And
front of it, but it doesn't.
I see the question you asked there, Lisa. I'm okay at the moment. So Do not need any help. It's kind of a one-person thing, standing, one
Yeah, but
person
like I
job,
said,
standing and saying,
and he's got a very small camera, like spot, but ah, who's calling me?
ah, I don't know, not me.
Oh no, I can't answer that. I hope not. Oh, serious cut, man. So the nice thing about Lexan and most plastics, like those sheet plastics, is they always come with a protective film. And the protective film makes it really easy to draw on it. Oh no! I just heard a sound that said something went, but I guess not. Ah!
Or a sound.
Ah! I heard that sound where the oh, it was probably friend giving up.
Mm. Oh, it could be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
could
think
be. I
Christina needs
think
help
Christine
more.
needs help more.
Yeah.
She's certainly got a lot more material to work with.
All
Hey,
right.
Rick, how are you?
And less space. I
Rick
want our
Linklater.
house back. See, if it was affordable, I would have happily have had the studio as a company space. Uh,
Yeah,
and
that would actually be really
here as a
awesome.
living space, that would more than double it. Because yeah, the place is okay for getting work done. It just didn't seem to be good to live in. Okay, so I'm standing on it. I'm not wearing shoes or anything because I don't want to ruin it. It's actually closer to Martin's location. Yeah, literally upstairs. Okay, that was exhausting. All right, I'm done. I'm spent.
And the plastic wins. Plastic one, Christine nothing.
Not nothing. Don't say nothing. The nice thing about changing the way these are made, um, it's not going to matter which is up and which is down now,
About
as in
8
which
feet
side
above him,
is
yeah.
which. Because the splines are not going on to last, and they're the same on both sides. So, all right, all right, I can do this. I can do this.
You
I
can
can
do
do
it.
this.
We believe in you.
I'm
Everyone
so
say, we
carefully
believe in you,
walking on it.
Christina.
Well, yeah, because if you don't, the fairy dies. Fairies die. You don't believe in fairies, they die.
That's right.
It must suck. Your whole existence is based on whether or not people believe in you. I
Someone
mean, I know
else's
it sounds
belief.
like most people's, yeah, I know it sounds like most people's childhoods, but yes, Martin, I'm kind of hinting.
Sorry, you're what?
Hinting. Apparently, I
Hinting?
failed.
Hinting? Apparently. I'm debating whether to mix up some Bondo and fill some of these gouges.
Well, the Bondo takes time to dry.
It
Do we
does
have
take a
something
little
that's
time to.
faster? That's over there?
I mean, I can kick the Bondo a little faster by adding a little more catalyst to
Stop kicking things.
it.
You don't have a hell of a lot of time tonight. But you still have to get back
Yeah.
up to Oshawa. Oh,
8 o'clock. Are we already at
okay.
an hour?
Are we? You're the one who's supposed to be keeping track.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry.
I guess we may
That's
go
not
two
right.
and a half, but you're
No,
supposed to
that's not
spend
right.
time with them tonight, right?
Yeah.
You made an obligation to spend time with them tonight, so.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, the iPad's frozen, so it's still frozen at 8 o'clock on the screen, and I don't have access to
Oh,
a. Where's my clock?
you're not frozen to the rest of us.
Okay, yeah, we've got an hour and 15 minutes left. Okay. Okay.
That
8:40.
has to be
Thanks.
rough because they're. Okay, these things are taller than the table space. Ah, wow.
Yeah, the worst spots in
Get it.
K9 are the little inset panels on the sides.
Yes, those were a pain in the ass. Arse.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Stuff. Quest.
Pain in the tukish.
Alright. I think a bigger place would be better than help at this time.
Mm,
At this point. Remember
mm.
going to a Peter
Yeah, no,
Pan
I'm definitely
performance
gonna
as a
have to.
kid. Cool. About 8 feet above him. They measured. She just stuck a thing through the floor.
That's what tapped me on the
You're
top of the
good.
head.
Good seeing you hard at work. Yeah, we kind of missed it. We're not making money directly off of this, but Martin and I have had discussions, and he knows. Those of you who think I control everything, no, Martin knows that if he needs to have a different opinion, as long as he doesn't snap, everything's fine.
That's right. Wowie, 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 wowie.
So this should hopefully be an easier process. Now, when we had access to the bigger cutter, use laser to do this. We don't have access to the bigger cutters anymore. So, honey, I don't remember what knife we used to cut the other Lexan. Was it the plastic knife, or was it a X-Acto
No,
blade?
any of
Was it?
that curved stuff, use the Olfa blade. The plastic cutter doesn't work well on curves.
Well, I'm thinking. Okay, the Lexan, the X-Acto, or the big guy.
The big guy, the Olfa, yeah, the blue one.
Yeah, getting into these small corners.
Yeah, I should be able to. I mean, you may need to use both. Definitely use the big
I
one for all
see.
the long runs, and then if you need to use the small one into some of the little corners.
So everyone, do feel free. We're not ignoring you. Feel free to ask questions or have conversations. We're just kind of glancing back and forth as we work. Now this will be easier in the sense that we won't have to worry about the spine pattern right away, because that'll be cut out of different material. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to be putting the spine on the outside
Wow.
with a much
Yeah,
thinner.
I think
I'm
that
gonna be slightly off camera because I can't get myself in there, so you have to rely on Martin there. You think what?
I think that you know that epoxy resin that we picked up as an alternative to Bondo when we did
Yeah.
is really hard to sand. I think that's what part of the problem is. They've got raised areas that just aren't going down.
They said it was better than Bondo.
They did. They lied. Oh, takes a little more elbow grease, I guess.
So yeah, it's going to be a little different now. So the fiber optics will go in, but they'll go in between the sandwich layers. It'll be really close together. And the spines will be on the outside. I'm tempted to use scissors on this stuff.
It's thin enough, you might be able to. Because the Lexan shouldn't crack or anything.
No, which is the problem we were having
Not
with
like
that
some of the other
other
materials.
stuff.
The other plastic, yeah. Scissors were the easiest way to cut it, but it was cracking.
You know, this is painful to cut by scissors, apparently. No, I may be able to cut the spine stuff with scissors. Ah! I just want to sit down. Not funny. Why do you think it's funny?
I don't think it's funny.
I thought you said this plastic cutter doesn't work on the soft stuff. It makes for a thick cut, but it works.
Does it?
Yeah. And we're only going to smooth it off after the fact. Once we glue both pads together, we finish off the edge.
Okay.
Because this time, we're going to make sure the cellophane does not go all the way to the edge. So that we can run a
Right, so we've
bead
got a bare
of...
plastic layer to glue.
Yep. So this will have to be cleaned off a little, but it's cutting better than the... What an interesting sound I've discovered.
I know, it's like a little duck.
I really do miss that large laser cutter that we had access to. That made life so much happier. Oh, it's hot in here. So Martin, remind us, what was that stuff that we were using instead of Bondo? Like it sets faster and everything. I remember that.
Yeah. Did we still have it here? I know we got the Bondo here, but do we have the other stuff? This. It was some kind of a marine epoxy. No, that's not it. Yeah.
Okay, maybe this isn't working as well as I thought it was.
Yeah, it was some kind of a marine epoxy, I think, but I don't see it. Wow. My hands are silver like the Tin Woodsman.
No, there
Can't
are
touch
such
my
things as
face.
gloves.
Funny, you should say that.
Yeah, really. I know, I know.
I wonder
That's what I
before
mean.
it's too late if I have a pair here or not.
I think just to make this easier, I'm going to cut out the general shape and do the little detail-y bits afterwards. When there isn't a large portion of the sheet pulling it down.
Large portion of a sheep?
Oh, what a... Sheet! Sheet!
Oh, sheep. Hey, get your sheet
It's a
together.
sheet. It's a sheet.
Holy sheet.
All right. Did I just paper cut my foot? I think I just paper cut my foot.
You're not having much luck with that stuff.
No, it keeps pulling down. And I don't know how you have the patience to cut these. I never had the patience to cut this stuff.
Yeah, it can be a little
Although I think
frustrating.
I used to. You know, when we used to do styrene a lot, I had an easy time with styrene. You see, this is the problem. The laser cutter and the 3D printer have spoiled us.
In many ways, yeah,
There,
they have.
I said it. Patience is no longer a virtue. Technology apparently is. So many people said that was never going to happen. Here we are.
Wow.
So next person I hear say, I can't cosplay, my place is too small. I'm just buff you across the back of the head.
All in how you use the space, right? Size matters not. Well, it's like our one apartment. It was like a little bachelor apartment. It was an open concept, living room, bedroom, sort of with just a little divider wall between them, or half wall between them. And in order to work, we had a sheet of plywood we'd throw down on the bed, and that'd be our cutting table, our workspace, and we'd have to make sure every night that gets cleaned up and put away, or we wouldn't be able to go to bed.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
there's always possibilities.
Eh, what? What? Yeah, I think part of the problem here is because it's arching, because it's off the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a long one. After sailing across the Atlantic Ocean,
Oh,
Italian explorer Christopher Columbus, sights Bahamian Island on October 12th, 1492, believing that he has reached East Asia. His expedition went ashore the same day and claimed the land for Isabella and Ferdinand of Spain, who sponsored his attempt to find a Western Ocean route to China, India, and the fabled gold and spice islands of Asia.
that's right.
Cole, can we weave fairies into the story?
What's it?
Or K-9? K-9. We got to weave K-9 into the story.
Yeah, into the Columbus story?
Yeah, into the Columbus story.
Oh, wow.
Well, so it matches what we're doing on the broadcast. Right? Like, right?
Great.
Right? Whoa.
Right.
Get creative,
I
folks. It was
okay. What's your
rumored that he
name?
had a robotic dog that became his best friend and kept talking about some guy named the Doctor.
Hey, yeah, yeah. There's this eccentric guy with a long scarf and curly hair on board. I would not put it past him. You know?
Nope. I don't. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, maybe it's good that you're not here, Martin. There
Oh,
wouldn't be space enough for both of us.
that's true. This room ain't big enough for the two of us.
Not with all this plastic. Oh, I want a large cutter again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It just knocked something off the shelf, and I don't know what.
Uh-oh.
No tape. A couple rolls of
No,
tape.
tape keeps falling off the
Ah,
hooks.
my butt. Yeah. Yeah, it's that butt thing. Again. Oh, and I guess it doesn't help that there isn't much room between screws. Oh my god, I'm talking about butts in between screws.
Yeah, I think I needed to space those screws a little
Woo!
farther apart. They're okay for some of the smaller rolls, but not all of them.
Did you just miss that?
What?
Did you just miss my remark?
I think I did.
I went from butts to screws?
Oh, oh my.
Dude. Oh my! Yeah, when were you that sensitive?
Oh my.
You faked it in front of your parents a lot, and no, we didn't do that in front of his parents, but
No, no. We weren't that kind of
oh, by
family.
the way, one of the biggest rules yeah, one of the biggest rules FanExpo has is yeah, it has to be all ages. Apparently you have to be careful with even things like innuendo. So you better
Oh, really?
behave.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We
We
can't
actually
talk
put it
about
in the
anything
rules.
then.
I know.
I mean, what if it's an all adult audience?
Something about recording it, you know?
Oh, there's
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frustrating.
I know. Mm-hmm. Almost there. Or at least the basic, and then shape itself will come once I can get this big sheet out of the way. Because this place is full of sheets.
Remember, keep it all ages.
The kids laugh when you talk about farts and sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. gotta be a better cutter. I wonder if there's cutting wheels for Lexan.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, does
Like
anyone
the
have a
ones
good
for
answer?
fabrics.
Yeah.
Mm,
And wouldn't that make sense? Oh, I wish our laser cutter was bigger. And this, folks, is why on things like wings, we don't create stock.
mm-hmm.
We don't sell. A lot of time and effort. Okay. Ah, poop. Yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Remember when we were working back in the days, not the BBC props department, when we were building the TARDIS console for the Science Center display, and we had a
Yeah.
bunch of our group there. We had about like 8 or 9 people working on the thing, different aspects of it. And I think it was our friend Lisa, different Lisa, was very amused by the squeaking sound of the cutter as it cut styrene.
Yes, to a point where she kept emphasizing it.
Yep.
All right. Look, there's it down. Damn, that hurts. All right. How is everyone? Kind of wish we still didn't have the mechanics and stuff attached to this wing, so I can get it right flat
Mm.
down. So I think too when we kind of redid them the first time after the Wolverine went through my original one.
Yeah.
True story, folks. He was not paying attention. He was on the phone. But yeah, the shape got less pronounced. So I'm wondering if I should take advantage of this right now. Because it's supposed
And
to come up
modify the shape
everywhere
a
there's
little.
a spine. I might even do the spine a little different.
Hmm.
Like more or less the same shape because, you know, the character's kind of already been established. See, there should be a point every time there's a spine. Should be.
Should
Yeah,
be.
the first one had that. Everywhere there was a spine, there was a little peak. And somehow, I wound up not lining up.
Oh, okay. Now I remember where these gouges came from. I think we were using a Dremel to smooth out some of the filler.
Oh, were we?
I think so, yeah. Like the sanding
Oh
drum.
boy.
So that would do it, yeah.
That would.
Okay.
And there's two that kind of overlap here.
Just had a crazy thought.
Oh no.
Crazy thought.
Okay, what kind of crazy thought?
Hang on a sec.
Everyone afraid, be very afraid. Brent's having a crazy thought. You know, so I'm not even looking up. I'm scared too.
I'm wondering if the electric sander would be too loud.
Oh God, you want to use the electric sander?
It's not a very coarse disc on it now.
When you'd have to completely mask up and.
That's true too. A lot more dust that way. All right, let's get the electric sander.
I mean,
yes, nothing compares to good
outside off
old-fashioned
air.
elbow grease. What's that?
Outside off air.
Yeah. I'll keep going by hand. Overall, not bad, but there are a few areas that are distinctly in need of work.
How is everyone? Been really quiet, guys, lately.
Is there anybody out there?
All right. Shapey time. I'm thinking there's got to be like, how do companies without cutters cut back sand? Because I have forgotten.
Hmm. I mean, you can. A lot of places they're cutting bigger sheets and stuff will cut all the straight stuff on a table saw. They use band saws, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But again, nothing that we've really got access to. All right.
Still here, she says. Yay.
Yeah.
Cool. Wonder. See, I'm almost tempted to do the Dremel, but I don't know which one, like which head. And beginning to be even more annoying, just like the electric sander, right?
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people do use Dremels. I've seen wire cutters used, but I don't have wire cutters that's small.
Or tin snips. Yeah.
Sorry, tin snips, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Red Devil 1170 plexiglass cutting tool. Plexiglass cutting tool.
Is that the same as our plastic cutter, maybe?
Kind of. It doesn't look like it has that same kind of blade. Hmm. Yeah, Dremel, I'm thinking. Because this is it too, guys. When people go, oh my God, your wings are like $700 or $800 or whatever. Yeah.
This is why.
Of course, you got to be careful with all this excess material and stuff too, because all the film, the protective film that I'm using to draw on, you can get cats, and cats find this stuff, and yeah, it gets sticky all over the fur.
It's mostly staticky, but yeah, it definitely clings to them, and then little strips and stuff they can chew on.
Remember when we did all those Egyptian masks and stuff, and we cut out all the styrofoam from inside,
Mm-hmm.
and we had Tut and no, we had Kira then, just Kira. So we had found Tut a home,
That's right. Yeah.
and then we had Plato and Hermes. It didn't seem to matter. They got into
They
the
get
shop
into it.
even though we put a locked door, and then we came home one day and we're completely covered in bits of insulation foam.
Yeah. That and sticker offcuts. I remember
My
that
God,
too.
the sticker backings and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
This year, Martin,
Hermes.
are we going to like put hours for trick or treating and go get some temporary tattoos
Oh.
and then head down to Charles Street?
And then
The
head down to
worst
Church
thing about
Street.
heading
Yeah.
downtown afterwards, of course, is Church Street. Yeah, is will parking be around, or do we just go and park? I mean, I want to play with the kids, but
Yeah, me too.
I want to get downtown.
We can get George and
Oh,
Gracie, put them on the
we may
front
have to
deck.
decide one or the other. Oh, you're making it hard to say no. Well, what time did we head downtown last year? And what time does trick or treating start? We haven't
Or
done that here since.
Yeah,
Trick
the
or
year
treating.
before last, we went downtown. I think it was around like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so what time does trick or
So,
treating
and
start
trick or
nowadays?
treating probably
We haven't
usually
done it in
starts
ages.
around 5 or so, I would think. 5 till
Oh,
around
really?
8 or 9, 7 or 8.
Because I would love to handle things with kids.
Yeah, and I think there's quite a lot of kids in the neighborhood. Right?
I mean, not only is Halloween like the holiday for us and absolutely fun, it's a good way to get to know your neighbors, which we really haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And show off your skills.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Yeah, it's super hot in here. I gotta turn that fan and point towards me. I wish I could get the heat out, but then there's absolutely no airflow. Oh, I picked it up and it was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But if I put it
Right in the
higher, will
face.
it blow all the pieces of? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this is a good in the face, you know.
Blow your work all over the place. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm icky and sweaty, and I swear this is like a menopause thing because it can't be that hot in here, can it?
I
I'd
doubt
be
it.
sitting here with in my underwear if I wasn't on there. Martin, you know I
You
would,
mean
right?
not wearing pants? Oh, I know you would. Yeah.
So I found out too, folks, that if you go onto a device that is not logged into your HAPS profile and type in HAPS.tv, sometimes you see things on the like. Look at this. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 lives are showing for me.
Oh wow.
Whereas if I look on the app itself, yeah, we got some heavy competition tonight. Heavy
Mm.
competition. If I go onto my HAPS app on my iPad, which is plugged in, where is it? I think it's in communications, if I remember correctly. And I go to feed, I can see three.
3.
I can only see three.
Yeah, that's
So
interesting. The
if
difference
you're
between
logged
being
in,
logged in and not.
yes. And of course, the people who are collaborating more get the priority. But so yeah, if you guys want to actually follow some new people, or if a friend says to you they can't find us because we really want you following us, yeah, just go to habs.tv and don't log in. DW's
Basically, what you're
contenders.
doing is
What's
you're ghosting
DW?
people's broadcasts.
Yep. But you see everyone who's on. Now the top three, Vada's at the very top. Tony D's right underneath. And we're third. So at least we're visible
These
in
were
those
the
three.
top 3, yeah.
So you know we're not can't shake a stick at us. We're nothing to shake a stick at.
Yep.
Where the hell did that expression come from, and what does it actually mean? I
I
have
don't know.
no idea. All right. So we unfortunately are not able to be on because for very long because Martin will have to go back. And yes, there was an inquiry earlier about me and my program, but it was decided that with the way things are, and the fact that the women's program is constantly someone trying to get in, and there were people I met well during that time there where let's just say they're in more need than me, and I didn't feel good about taking a bed away from them, and people with children, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people who have to change their names, you know, are here from other cities or other countries, and I wasn't really sleeping or getting any sleep. Now I still have access to some of the programs, and I still have access to my counselor. It's just I'm not picking up a bed. Um, and Martin is, but Martin's situation where he's staying isn't as specific. They still, to this day,
Mm-hmm.
treat men and women very different
Oh,
when
very
it
much
comes to
so.
help
Yeah.
and services. Yeah. So it makes more sense for him to, now that he's got the opportunity, to be doing
Mm-hmm.
what I was doing. Besides, Mr. Martin has said that for a little while he wants to live out in the burrows. And I said, I don't. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you already had your time living out in the burrows over the past couple of years, so that's more
what
than
needs,
enough,
oh,
right?
look at that. Yeah, definitely need to be doing new. I mean, the spiral is completely destroyed.
Mm. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's really falling apart. Hey, do butterflies have colored spines? Because I made these green in color, but they kind of disappear on things.
Yeah.
So
Or are they always black?
are they always
Yeah.
black? Yeah. Can someone check that
That's a
for
really good
us?
question.
Yeah. Do butterflies have colored spines, or how are the cats? Much, much, much happier to be home.
Oh, they definitely are, yeah.
I've had to cut back on some of their food though, because even though they're getting more exercise, they're eating more too, and I'm trying to get them not to do that. What expression? Oh no, did I say something about an expression? Oh no. What did I say?
Oh, nothing to shake a stick at. Nothing to shake a
Oh
stick
yeah,
at.
nothing to shake a stick at. Yeah, I'm nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, my first thought is something like school. The whole teacher shaking the ruler or the stick, the cane.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can
So
think of.
yeah, but I'm not sure if that's actually the expression, like where it comes from. Let's not cut ourselves.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. So I guess tomorrow afternoon we're going to marathon at least the basics on K9 and get him in better shape than we
Yeah.
did back in BC when we originally built him.
Yeah. I think that would be an awesome thing to do.
So are you going to wind up pulling out things like the Dremel and stuff?
What
I'm trying to
for?
figure out if there's stuff we trying to figure out if there's stuff we should get done before going on air.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Trying to give everyone something
I
to look
mean,
forward to, dude.
mhm. Well, maybe giving his actual paint coat first, because that's going to take a little time to
That'll
dry
have
anyway.
to be.
Set up out in the driveway with some cardboard or something. I
Yeah,
remember when we painted him in the backyard at Burnaby.
that was fun.
Mm-hmm. But I do think I was really trying to avoid it, but I think I'm going to have to do some Bondo on this thing. Do a little bit more here.
Well, how's our broadcast quality, folks? Like, have you been all seeing Martin just fine? Because if over there it's willing, Martin, maybe this is the ideal thing is to have it in two separate spaces, and I should send this with you over there, and I reattach K9's like neck and head and everything,
Oh yeah.
and
We switch.
paint's gonna have to dry. Or yeah, I'm wondering if we should switch projects, not necessarily locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for tomorrow's podcast.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out before the end of tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because this might fit over there where there's more space better. I know K9's big too,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know. We have to get all
Well,
this
K9
done,
would
and we
definitely sit
promised
on
these
that
guys
table.
broadcast. So
Yeah. K9 would definitely fit better on a
yeah,
table over at that end than the wings do. So yeah.
because really, when it comes to the wings, like the rest, I'll do here because I love the whole cellophane and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
the spine's a lot smaller. the trick is to get these cut out, and that sheet
Cutting
is
of the main
large.
shape.
Like as you
Yeah.
can yeah you can see the wings are fitting, but it's spines that are
The sheet itself. Yeah.
the sheet itself is super long and big, and I don't want to cut it up because
Hmm.
I want to see what I can I want to get as much material use out of it as possible.
Yeah.
So we might do a couple broadcasts tomorrow. No, you have plans in the evening.
I have
I hope.
evening stuff I
Yes,
need to get done. Yeah. Yeah.
you okay?
But we could
So
definitely do that as an afternoon
if
broadcast.
well, if you get everything cut out, is what I'm saying, then maybe I can do a solo broadcast tomorrow night
Hmm.
with gluing this all together.
Yeah.
That means I have to walk out of the room and away from them and then come back. And it's always a pain in the ass to put cellophane down without a second hand, but we got very little time
Hmm.
and very little physical space. Don't worry, folks. Some of it will be on camera, some of it won't, but you guys will see the new stuff very soon. Very soon. Very
Very soon.
soon.
Very funny.
The dumb king. Because I'm thinking a Dremel would be the best way to do this.
To cut those. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So bring one of them with me.
I mean, I already cut my middle finger. Martin, I cut my middle finger. It was my middle finger I cut. Why do
Again,
I keep doing
again,
damage to my middle finger? I mean,
because
I'm
you
trying
use
not
it
to set
so
people
often.
apart. I know. Which boroughs and what is your budget for rent? Oh, well, this is the thing is Martin needs a place to call his own for a while, so he's not looking at a huge budget, but it's really hard right now with all that stuff. Like, I mean, Chris and Lisa have been awesome to us, but all that stuff is out in Mississauga. All this stuff is here, and his situation is out in Oshawa. So either he needs to find, and he wants to stay out in Oshawa. And we were thinking if maybe 6 months, we'll give it 6 months
Like
for
Oshawa
us to
Whitby.
reprogram
Yeah.
brain and stuff. Yeah, and he can live out there and then just come. But here isn't big enough for everything. So the big problem is, as kind as Chris and Lisa have been, all that stuff is in Saga, and things keep getting separated and moving everywhere. Idealistically, about 6 months to a year from now, we would love to be renting a house, either Scarborough. I'm willing to go out to Scarborough, right, the outer edge of Scarborough, which to me is too far already. But I went to school in Scarborough, and it's right on a transit line. It's easy to come into town. You don't have to worry about a GO train or anything. So if we can find a house at some point, there's a basement and 2 floors, or just a basement and 1 floor. Basically, he would have his place in the basement, his own little kitchen, and this is the dream, right now. His own little kitchen and everything, and I'd have the main floor with my own little kitchen and everything. And because of dust or moisture and stuff, things like the computer and writing space, the roll top, the sewing room would be as part of my apartment, and the cutter, the 3D printer, and all that stuff would be part of his apartment. And we had keys to each other's apartments, and so that we can work. I mean, that's the ideal. If this place was a little bigger, he would just have a room here. Like, I mean, if we could rent the whole house, if we
We
didn't
could
have a downstairs
work.
neighbor,
Yeah. So we could work or do the
yeah, Martin would
occasional
have his
late night
unit
booty call. Yeah.
downstairs. But the idea is to give us both, washrooms to clean and kitchens to take care of and private meditation time on our own schedule as opposed to lining up with each other. The idea is basically to re-separate because we've been too united to a point where there's this huge blur. Neither one of us really knows ourselves anymore. And that's where a lot of this problem is going to. So slightly pixelated, but no biggie. See, now if he was doing heavy
Okay.
details,
Yeah.
though, it would suddenly become a biggie. I mean, and I'm really small, so I really could use two cameras here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's 6 months on the lease left here. So right now, I think the idea is to find a small space that he can call his own.
Yeah. I mean, even if I'm
I
renting
mean, even if he has
a room
roommates,
somewhere and sharing, sharing like kitchen
he'll
and
have to do
washroom
dishes and
stuff like
everything.
that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he'll have to do things, his own things. Take turns with that person as to when to do the washroom and stuff. But because it's something that I'm not good at, partially because I spent so many years, I still do, allergic to a lot of things. I basically used it as a cop out. And yeah, he's taking. It's too easy for me to look at him and go, Martin, would you do this? And Martin has no problem
Yeah.
saying, yeah, sure, which he shouldn't. Martin shouldn't. He's not even looking at me.
No,
I'm waving my finger at him. He's not even looking at me.
I saw that. Apparently on my screen, I'm still not looking at you. Oh, there you go. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Are you tisking me?
Yes. As for budget, well, we can't even afford this. Then we got to find work. Which is another reason why he's probably going to get work out there. Well, I stay closer to here. We have to recognize we're two different people, and if we're ever going to function together again, we have to find ourselves first. But we can't stop life, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, we don't have time for all this emotional stuff, but we keep doing it.
Yeah, no, this is true.
So yeah, well, if you want to get a better idea from Martin as to what he needs, I mean, he said he'd be trying to find a place in Mississauga if all the services that are in Oshawa were in Mississauga. So yeah,
Yeah, and I don't necessarily want to do a lot of that stuff virtually, which is a possibility, but so yeah.
I could do a bit of looking online if you want. Well, Jedi Senshi, go ahead and talk to Martin. I know he's going to wind up back out there tonight. And your sweater was left here, so we can always bring it with him if you're still up. But that's also why we have to put a 2 hour cap on this. So we've got about half an hour
Yeah,
left.
because I don't want to be getting out there too late. I mean, I could be looking at getting out there
And
around, between 12 and 1 at this point.
and he still has a few things. And this is it. He's also used to me planning everything, so it's really hard on him to that I can't plan everything because again, it's not promoting brain health for him.
Mm-hmm. Independence, autonomy.
And now we're talking like a robot, are we? Yes, that's the ones I want.
Are we talking
The
like a
ones I
robot?
want
Oh, you mean?
are the small. Oh, there it is. See, this is how nice this company is. Oh, because we weren't 100% sure of the process at this time. This is the thin, the super thin stuff for the outside. Um, I'm not sure what my calipers are always doing it is, but this is all offcuts, which is a fine size for me. So they gave them to me. So that was a very happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, they normally just go to recycling or disposable or whatever. So I had a knife, and now I don't know where it is. I'm covering my Haps logo. All right, I don't know where the knife went. I was using it a moment ago. Like not the big
What, the
one.
knife?
Yeah,
Yep, can't
the
see it.
little one. Where? Oh,
Found it?
damn your eyes. Yes. Shut up.
Ah,
I'm scared. But yeah, so they've run out of this in stock because apparently this is the more popular Lexan. It's really thin. Because a
yeah,
lot
I
of
think
people
it's what
used to
gets used
use.
for a lot.
Sorry, what? You
I think
interrupted.
it gets used for a lot of face shields, right? That's the stuff.
Yes. So these are offcuts. Why they have offcuts, I don't know. Oh, it's starting to expand. Starting to expand. One, two, three. Ah, right in
Are
my
those
lap.
wide enough for a wing?
Well, there's. I'm gonna have to decide where the joint is,
Yeah. Mm.
but free. And
Free is good.
Lexan will glue to Lexan,
Yes, it will. With
as
resin
opposed to
bond.
using different materials like we did before. Yeah. So what's it called again? The resin bond is polyester or something, or
Oh, what the
what's the
chemical
technical?
is? Methyl ethyl ketone. No, methylene chloride. Sorry. Methyl ethyl ketone
That's it.
is the catalyst used for polyester resin. Methylene chloride. Because
See,
yeah,
I'm
resin
very
bond is a
much
trade name
just
like Kleenex.
yeah. So this is why I was saying we can make it look like they're overlapped a little because the shape and size of this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there protective film on both sides or not?
Should be.
Okay, this corner is already pulled away. So, if we had access to the larger laser cutter or that one was working, a lot of the, yes, there is on both sides. A lot of this could be done faster in there.
On the laser, yeah.
And this is it. We gotta think about how much time we spend on these and understand that anyone who has a laser can probably undercut us in price.
Undercut
So,
us.
uh-huh. Yeah, Martin
But
thinks he's
yes,
smart.
true.
Smart ash!
Yeah,
So I'm hoping with
that's
this
the
really,
smart I am.
yeah. Actually, you're pretty brilliant on some levels. Busy for the next 2 days, but I'm free Friday. Well, I'm sure you and Martin can chat, and your sweater is now in the
Yeah.
car, so we won't forget to have it with us at some point. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you guys go ahead. Now you see, now this one is going to take up a lot. It's going to create a lot of wasteful materials because the spines are curly and skinny and all that kind of stuff. So whereas
Oh
the
yeah.
Monarch is going to leave these large gaps in between. So we were thinking of doing like kid size wings or Barbie doll size wings, kind of put up so you can cosplay your Barbie dolls or other dolls of the same shape and size. Because it would really be fun to do like Maleficent wings for a doll, and you can turn
Oh
your
yeah.
dolls, any of your dolls, into Maleficent. That would be fun. See, and this is the difference between Martin and I too, is even though it takes more time, my brain in cutting has a lot less confidence. So I have a tendency to draw outside the lines and then try to clean up later, which takes quite a bit of time actually.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas Martin's much more accurate brained, if I start this process, let him finish it, then things tend to work out better because I'm showing him by the shape what I'm after, and then he can layer them up later on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it. We're going to cut the spines as if it's two wings, and then on one side we and on the other side we overlap in the other direction, and it'll look like the other ones on the bottom. And we only really have to overlap just like a small piece, and then what I'll do is put a little silver, a little color, or whatever, so that you can see the overlap, so it shows up on camera. And Lisa, I don't know if you're still on, but I will have the car on Friday if you need help.
I do hear some movement up there, so I'm not.
Yes, I will have the car on Friday if you need help. But this is kind of like when when you draw shadows, right? So you will use the material to trick the eye. Oh, did someone find out whether or not fairy spines are always black?
Oh, butterfly spines. Yeah.
Sorry, butterfly spines are always
I
black.
don't. Yeah. I don't think we got an answer on that.
Oh, and these are Swarovski stones. That's right.
Oh, that's right. You had those swirls.
You
Yeah,
may
we're
want
right.
to. They really didn't have the effect I wanted. I think I just markered over a couple.
Yep.
But so this is rough. I expect when Martin cuts them and does the next one and whatever that he'll make these more round.
Of the individual little
And I'm also hoping.
the curly
Yeah, I'm
goose.
also
Yeah.
hoping these little spines. Yeah, I'm hoping these little spines too are at each peak, which is what I originally designed it to be. So we don't have much time, unfortunately, because the convention's soon. And I'm not sure if to provide the support, because these will have to provide some support, especially since the fiber optics are going to go in between. Um,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not these will have to be a little thicker or not.
Yeah. That's possible. Wow. This is getting there. We're really trying to avoid using Bondo. I mean,
Oh,
I
this
guess
stuff
if he
is
has
so
a little bit
horrible.
of surface, yeah, I guess if he has a little surface imperfection, as long as there's a huge improvement over before.
Oh yeah, exactly. So I think
We'll
what'll
hit him
happen
up
is
with.
multiple small ones are going to have to be on one sheet, and multiple larger ones are going to have to be on another.
Oh, I see. Cutting them
Just
individually,
because, well,
basically,
these,
and sticking them on, right?
well, no, what I mean is I drew the small one on, but I can't really fit the upper. But if I work with a fresh sheet, I can fit the upper.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Have a great time at FanExpo, you guys. Be safe. We will do our best.
Oh, thank you.
We will do our
We
best.
will.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There should be enough sheets here to, because I also want to use the same stuff for the Monarch. But if it works, I guess we can go back and ask them if there's more. Oh, if they got more offcuts, I'll take it. Because yeah, you're right. This is the stuff for face
Yeah.
shields and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah! Yeah, we have to finish these crowns so they can
Having fun.
go away. Yeah, sure. Being attacked by large sheets of plastic. Oh yeah,
Lots of fun.
my ideal night. Ah! Damn it. Oh. Huh. Okay, the upper one might actually have to be done in sections. Ah! Just getting attacked left, right, and center.
Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the upper one is going to have to be in parts.
I'd say a little plastic never killed anybody, but remember the Nestine consciousness from Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I always thought it was kind of cool that they used that as the very first um, adversary to reboot the series with Christopher Eccleston,
Yeah.
and not something more, more obvious like the Daleks or the Cybermen. They said, no, let's pull out one of the older ones, one of the ones that hasn't been around in a while.
All right. So I can get away with this roughness of it because it's a thin sheet of protection that I'm writing on. I'm not actually writing on the plastic.
Yeah.
This rough design would be bad. I'm not even worried about the thickness at the moment. This time I actually want the points of the spines to line up with the points in the outer plastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn it, it slid. And what were you saying about not perfect? And butterfly wings should be much more um, like the circles should be much more perfect and not as freehand as I've made them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love
Hmm.
my May wings. But when it comes to butterfly wings, Martin's eye for measurement so much better than mine. Me, I've got to use stencils all the time and things like that. And I like on things like this working in partnership with them.
Mm-hmm.
It winds up being a better product in the long run. I love how he's just agreeing. It's like, yeah, yep. I'm that incredible.
Yeah. But and well, we've done it so many times before. Is the technical and then the organic, or the linear and the artistic, right? And yeah, it does work out quite well
Mm.
when we are at our finest.
Shit.
What?
Oh no. Well,
What did
these
you do?
definitely have to be redone now. I
Did you
found
cut?
the edge of the plastic.
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't cut. I markered on the actual wing.
Oh. Um, isopropyl will take it off. It won't affect the plastic.
Oh, that's frustrating. Doesn't help that my middle finger's still stinging.
Oh yeah, I'll bet. I think my hands-free is going to die pretty soon.
Oh no! We are so unprepared today.
Mm. Oh, what'll happen is it'll just switch over to the phone.
Okay. So who is still out there? So we've got about 15 minutes left. I guess it's kind of boring just watching him sand, huh? I saw a neat servo gadget for deploying wings over at Servo City. Deploying wings?
Oh yeah. Yeah. My hands-free just died. So a second. Drop the volume a bit.
I'll put Martin up in the corner because
What?
what? Servo
Oh, it's Frank.
City.
Hey,
Deploying wings. Yeah, when we did the Maleficent ones, people keep asking us to make for them, but we'd have to come up with a lighter design. We don't have the budget. Which is it in? Heavy duty linear servos? That's different than we've got kind of like a worm gear type thing going on. And the really cheap motors from Windows in cars. I'd really love to have something lighter that's just as Martin, I would actually love to have for these ones to make them flap.
mm-hmm.
I'd love to have ones that are stronger because the other day when we were out down at the beach doing some photos,
Right.
the first of all the post snapped off from the wind, and yeah, please go find it because I'm trying to see where it is. Um, but yeah, it snapped off from the wind, and so we need to use a better glue as well. We had to glue it back on twice, and it wouldn't flap against any kind of breeze, even the smallest one. So we have to budget though because we need to eat. But I
Mm-hmm.
would like to see if we can find motors that are much more resilient to air motion and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So while you go find that, Frank, I am going to, because wings have become the discussion, keep sanding, Martin. This is the wings video. Static wings are always, fun, especially if someone's on a budget. They're done more or less the same way as these that I'm working on right now. Martin and I are going to redesign the way they attach to the pack, so it's much more customer friendly to mail and put on. I turn Martin's volume down a little bit. And of course, we recommend things like putting holes in like shoulder seams so your straps are underneath, or find some kind of cascade of cloaks or feathers to make shoulder straps and everything more subtle. So those are moving around a lot because they're Pet G, but now we're going to switch to Lexan. We like the movement of the Pet G, but it really fights it. and you have to put the extra spines and stuff like that. So you see the one she's making, she's wearing. We're hoping to find someone where we can make have an excuse to make it, remake those out of Lexan to see if it makes a really big difference. Again, the laser cutter that's in the basement next to where he is, we've not been able to get it up and going because the computer that was running it is now defunct. And the computer we have for it now is still battling it. The person who sold it to us basically set it up for us. People keep saying, if you had all this money, if you won the lottery, what would you get? Tools and someone else to set them up. In a shop.
In a shop to put them in.
See, and Katie, if you're still there, that's the thing too that Martin and I have always dreamed of is being able to rent a place where there's a garage. Hi, Katrina. Where there's a garage where we can set up a small shop, so that our home is our home, or at least storage, and the basement becomes a shop. But that's one of those pipe dream things. We also, Martin, remind me, did we use Lexan or Pet G for the dragonfly wings?
It was Pet G as well.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of movement in them as well, and we had to do an upper spine. My concern with using Lexan on things like the dragonfly wings is that's more weight. It's a lot more weight to lift up. But if we're using better motors and everything, then they should lift up just as well.
Yeah, and we could do some kind of a balance thing. Like in the Maleficent wings, we've got some basically bungee cords to assist the wings in lifting, like to sort of be almost like a spring-loaded counterbalance.
Cool.
So we could do a similar thing too with any of these wings.
See, I love the way the Pet G moves. Like you look at this video, but it's so flexible that the materials are splitting. Now that could be because we used ABS in the middle. But it could also be, like they suggested that because of the two different materials, that could be a big problem. But at the same time, there's a space in between. So they're extremely flexible. Whereas the Monarch ones aren't. They're Lexan with 2 layers glued together. So they don't move as much and they don't split like the ABS is. So I think we have to face it if we want to sell big wings, if we want to design big wings like this. They will always, we may have to just make them a little heavier. Because, yeah, you see the Monarch ones are a little heavier. They're just a tiny bit smaller than the Maeve ones. But, and they don't move as much, but they don't split like crazy. Okay, Frank, I'm going to click on that. Oh, it's a video. Okay. Actually, those would take up less space. Where's the price of them? Like, where's the... I really like that design. Especially since it's already compact. It's not as small as what we're using for the wings to flap, but it's not 2 separate motors. So that'll either be an advantage or a disadvantage. The disadvantage might be, one motor goes down and takes the other one with it, or is it one motor in between? Because if it's one motor in between, that might be less likely. You also have to keep in mind things like wind and weather and conflicts. Like it wouldn't work for Maleficent because the way we've designed the wings for Maleficent, the motors have to be at 2 slightly different spots. It's not like every motor is lined up, but it would work for the flapping wings if they're less likely to find torque problems. Okay, there they are. Discontinued. This product has been discontinued. Honey, that's not gonna help us. Now, why has it been discontinued? Check out this alternative. The alternative was larger physically for the looks of it. 109.99 US. So they discontinued it. Similar functionality, but with a different mounting pattern. Interesting. But it sticks straight up as opposed to the side. So it's got less physical profile in one direction, but more in the other direction. Don't, yeah, don't is right.
Here, look at the screen.
Oh, honey.
Been discontinued already.
Well, this is it. That's what would concern me is it says a different configuration. So it looks like they're experimenting too, and I'm hoping that they said to people, okay, you can send this one back. So the one that discontinued says HS 785 HB servo rotates approximately 1.7 degree microsecond change in signal. See, and can it make them flat? In the video, they're not really opening up very fast at all. And it doesn't look like it probably is each of those tracks because you can see the gears on the edge of the track. And yeah, even on the redesign. Oh, the redesign has got a cutaway. That's good. So basically, it looks like either one motor or two motors running along those gears. So the problems I see with what we're doing and that is that CNC Dalrin, you could make your own rack, or McMaster probably has. Yeah, and we do have a company account. Well, we do have a company license, so we've been talking about a possibility of a McMaster account. Penny has recently been wanting attention, so she jumps up to get. Aww. But you see, the problems there is the flap. They got to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So if it's a single motor in there, right? It's one motor taking the weight of the torque. Now, if they moved super, super, super slow, or they just opened, paused, closed, paused, whereas what we've got is basically a configuration with little post that goes around and around and around. So it follows it. That means that you have a constant motion, and that constant motion doesn't have a stop at the end, which is why the flat motion is very natural, and why it remains consistent. Whereas what they're doing there, it's a out stop, in stop, out stop, in stop. Because when you think about the resistance and the torque and everything put on that motor inside to make it go back and forth like that, it's not a natural motion. Because each time you get it to the end, it has to stop, even for a microsecond. And to bring in, it has to stop. So it's that stop that's creating the motor constantly having to pull, which is why we're using the design we're using, because that rotation with your one point on the rotation, you have to create space for it, but the one point on that rotation is in constant movement, which creates less stress because you don't have to stop at each end. So neither design is right or wrong. It depends on how you want it to look. And when we get the flapping motion all nice and natural, that's why, because we're using a rotation motion. A cam, yes, cam would work well with it. Yeah, exactly. But
Like a cam
the
or a
big
crank.
problem is because of that, when the wind or breeze hits it, because we're using a plastic instead of like a fabric that's got porous to it, um, what's happening is it's trying to push it away from everything. Because the whole thing right down to the support bracket on the bottom. So what I'm going to suggest when we do these is that the support bracket not be the square, that we cut it this time to match up with the spines, so that as it flaps, it pushes against the spine and create it as the same color as the spine, as opposed to trying to match the iridescence of the wing, because we can't do it. It's plastic. And my thought is maybe it's hard to cut it out of metal. It'd take forever. But if we use this is just leftover styrene, if I remember correctly. Um, if we use something that's much more solid, then it should be able to give it some stability. And on the Monarch, the mistake Martin made because he was again in a rush was that where the point is on the wing and where the motor is, it accidentally wound up on an angle because we were trying to make the pack smaller. So both gears moved closer together. And because of that, my wing was going back and forth on an angle, and it kept taking the post which it was attached to and torquing it up and down. So they kept snapping every time the smallest breeze came by. It made it worse because it would try to force it faster, and it kept snapping off. So I don't think we can keep the packs that height, or we have to find a different position for the hinges. One of my thoughts was, do they have to be metal hinges? Well, yeah, because fabric aware, back and forth fabric aware. I've seen people do much
Yeah.
smaller wings with instead of a hinge of fabric, and it works really nicely. But we want to be known for big wings. It's a bit. Come on, a Leo and a Taurus. I hope I'm
We don't
pointing the right
think
way because
small.
I don't see it. No, I kind of wish we did because. Um, oh, sorry, he's up there. I pointed the wrong direction. And a Taurus. Yeah, we have a hard time thinking small. So we'd rather sell you $1,000 wing, pair of wings that work because we wasted $5,000 in experimenting, and sell off even, I sometimes will sell off if the materials survive. I'll sell off the materials. I mean, if we can afford to get new fiber optics, I know we have some for the winter fairies we're planning. Once we get this design right, we're planning winter fairies as well because we thought that would be cool. And do like crystal crowns, like icicles. And of course, we want to personalize each one so they're never exactly alike because they're fairies and they're butterflies, so they shouldn't all be exactly alike. You like the
So
design issue? Yeah. The problem is we can't afford the design too many times. Uh, Gear motors since your movements are regular, non-programmed. Yeah, exactly. And we can still program them. It's just we don't see a point. There's a basic open, basic close, and a basic flap, and that's all it needs. Uh,
so the timer went off.
Hang on a sec. I want to finish answering some questions
Okay.
because I see you're still working, and I've reached a point where I really need a second person because it's just sliding everywhere.
Right.
But we need a bigger workspace, really. I miss my. I used to have a big, huge cutting table. Gone. Have you considered a pull setup to even out the torsion on the wing push rods? A pull. Yeah, but where do you put the second motor, basically? Martin, did you consider pull? Because I didn't.
Sorry, pull.
Pull setup to even out the torsion. But that means we'd have to put another motor underneath the wings for them to be open, right?
One motor. Um, oh, I think I see what he's talking about. Is like having two
Yeah.
rods like that.
Here, let me make you big because you're making hand gestures. Hopefully kind
Oh well then.
hand gestures. Okay, now remember you are chopped a little bit. So what were you saying, Martin?
Right. Yeah. Um, I think Frank's talking about. Let's see where my hands go in the shot here. A little more this way. There we go. Like a pull mechanism, right? Spindle on the motor and then pull from both sides of the spindle. Yeah.
To me, that's going to complicate it and give it greater chance of breaking because everything's going to have to be smaller in order to fit in there.
Yeah. And that would also mean that one armature has to come around the other side of the wing, so it's pulling the wing from opposite sides too, right?
Eh.
Mm,
So if one goes wrong, it takes the other one with it.
possibly. It's 10:30
Thank
p.m.
you, Jedi
just so you,
Senshi.
or 10:03 p.m. Yeah. Okay.
I hope it's
Yeah,
not 10:30.
my 1 hour and 50 minute timer just went off a few minutes ago. So
So
I've
we're
got
going
about
to try
10
to work
minutes.
our life so that we can have more time with you guys. But right now, with basically three different cities being our life, it's yeah. So Martin, you were going to say?
I've basically got as much sanding done as I can. So now it's just a matter of, I guess, getting K9 into the car.
Oh, I still kept you quiet because of the sanding. Hang on, let me turn your volume back up. Yes, Martin is a soft talker. No, that doesn't mean I bully him. I'm just a little more expressive.
She is.
All right, Martin, now you can. Your volume's up.
Okay. So I've done about as much sanding as I can on K9 right now. So um, basically what's left is getting him into the car and pulling the receiver out of the receiver and the battery, so that we can do all that assembly tomorrow.
Oh, yes, we've decided for the weekend of FanExpo we're not doing steampunk this time, right?
That's right. Yeah. So Mutt
Mutt
doesn't have to
staying
come out.
home.
Yep.
Okay, so Mr. Martin,
Yes.
we can discuss the order of operation after we let these good people go. Please keep
Mm.
your eyes open tonight or tomorrow morning for when the next broadcasts are going to be. The hardest thing is our situation is slowing things down, and we have just over a week to completely make repairs, do sewing, do this, do that. There's a lot of things we got to do. I'm going to encourage Martin. I don't know if he has a room to himself now. If he does, he can always bring some basic glue and simple things to do things like fix his monarch hat and little stuff he can bring with him that just before he goes to bed he can wind down with it because it is something he's used to. And right now we are trying to combine what we're
Mm.
used to with what we need to do, and that's not an easy thing, folks.
Nope,
Not an
it's
easy
not.
thing. So, Martin, I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm 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 going to give you because I've got the videos over here and we're not in the same room. So I'm going to drop myself out completely here, except for voice. There you go. Keep in mind that you are pretty cropped because your frame is tall.
Yeah.
You've got your
Yeah. I see it.
device on
Yeah,
on
I see it
portrait.
on portrait. Yeah. Good
Remember,
night, Katie.
folks, Friday is the last day. Night, night, Katie. Friday is the last day for contributing your $5 per name. I'm sorry I haven't gone out of my way to find certain people. It's been kind of crazy. And yes, please, please, please. We would love to. And it's been moved to November 1st. 8 o'clock in the evening, and I'm not letting Martin talk. Hey, Martin, say whatever you have to say, and then say
Yeah.
good night, Martin.
Say whatever I have to say. Yeah. So as she was saying, yeah. Remember Me broadcast will be on November 1st. So we have the deadline is this Friday for people to have their $5 worth of awards in per name. So with every $5 you give us in awards, you can submit one name of somebody who's passed, somebody who was dear to you, friend, family, teacher, pet, whatever, and a little anecdote as to what that person means to you. And then on November 1st, we will be writing, or we will be reading out those names and everything.
I had an idea last
Then
thing.
maybe we'll save it for next time. Miss that.
A simple saboteur during deadlines is the idea pertaining to sabotage? I'm not sure I like that, Frank. Or is it on the motor and everything? Because we don't have time to redesign. If you
Yeah,
want to share
exactly.
some notes of your experiences, that would be great.
You don't need design changes under deadlines. That's all. Exactly. 11th hour
Oh,
design change. We're used to
yeah. Well,
that in
we
the film
can.
industry.
We
We try not to
exactly.
do that
Okay.
ourselves.
Well, this is live, and we're building a product that we're going to sell to people. Productions don't give a damn if it breaks down after 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Cosplayers give a damn if it breaks down in the middle of the convention.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole different thought process. And unfortunately, being in Canada too, we don't get things as cheaply as other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So can we afford the investment to find out whether or not it works for us?
Yeah,
Right
this
now,
is the
not
thing.
really. We have to work with what we got.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right,
Yep.
folks. Martin, if are you done, or did we all interrupt you? And we all,
I
you
am
feel
done.
unloved and
I am so done.
all right, gotcha. You
Thank
guys
you, Frank.
rock. Thank you, Frank. Everyone, do feel free to. Oh, geez, I should have myself back on camera.
Yep.
Um, Martin, are you done with them?
I'm good.
Why? Okay, why? Oh, I typed our own address wrong. Oh my God, did I really do that? All right. So I am going to allow Martin to go bye bye. Wave, wave, wave. Wave goodbye, you twit. Oh, I got to turn down your volume again because your mute is not working. There we go. Now you guys can't hear him. And then we bring me back up because it's my turn. Yeah, he used to be really, really shy until I got to him. Now he's only semi shy. But yes, everything he said, everything I already said, I guess I really have nothing else to say, but respect yourself more than anyone else can, and all will be fine. Self respect, self love. I'm hoping the two of us can be back in a space that we can make work for both of us again. And everyone, your mental health suggestions and support has been incredible, and we wish we could give you more. Remember, for the Remember Me, not only are we moving it to November 1st, but the prize draw for that one this time will be uh, the um, the donation to WWF to adopt a butterfly, a monarch butterfly. You will get the thank you package from them instead of Martin and I getting it. So yes, I'm going to run the videos. I'm also going to run the Remember Me video. Please keep in mind the date of the actual um, broadcast is wrong on the video because I am still trying to find a way to, well, not a way, but time and everything. So usually I'm used to closer because there's usually two cameras. So I'm just gonna, you can't see my face very well, so I'm gonna just go away from here. Woo! And we'll talk to everyone later. Thank you so much, folks.
Keep it kind.
We had a great time in Montreal. Montreal was all hardwood floors, right? Go on, camera. Camera. Okay. I'd like to. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite. No. Well, look up there. How much styrofoam?
Way too much styrofoam. The birds are confused. It's like, what's this city doing here?
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, cry. For even if I'm far away, I'll hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time